Hey everybody, Kendall here. I've got a 52 card standard deck game that I'm working on, and I would be interested in feedback, thoughts. I find it's pretty fun, and I would love some input. But working title is Raiders of the Lost Ace, and it's the Ace of Spades is the Ace of the Covenant, as it were, as kind of like the Ark, and you are trying to defeat. Um, you kind of have to build up things in order to take out the ninjas, the spies, and the Nazis. As and Anyway, so I'll give a brief overview and then I'll do a playthrough. So the way to set up is to take these three jacks. The Jack of Spades is a ninja, as well as the two jokers. So you need to include both jokers and the Jack of Spades. Those are your ninjas. These two are on motorcycles or horses or something. I'm still working on that, but so these are bad guys. These will be used to track the rounds. And there is a way you can play this in hand. It takes a little bit more work, but I'll show that. For my full playthrough, I'll use my desk just because, it can cramp up your hand a little bit. So you set them out, and the jacks in this game kind of represent your helpers or companions, but they're also just marking the rounds. So I like to think that the hearts is Marion, the diamonds is maybe Marcus, and the clubs is Sulla. So sorry for my coughing here. So you work your way through the deck, then you swap these over. So the setup is take these out, shuffle everything else in, including the two jokers, and then as you are working your way through the deck, you'll have these on the bottom. And as you flip something over, you have a 3-card limit that's in your hand. So these 3 cards would be your limit. But then you also have a 3-card limit in your satchel or your bag. So the hand I'm kind of calling your research, and then the 3 cards you can secure, they're kind of more saved. And if you want to do it in hand, you do need some kind of separator. So, something like one of these promo cards. You can only move a card over into your satchel if it's a 2, 3, or a 4. And I guess to explain this, let me pause and just say that there are kind of 3 paths of upgrade here. You have a 2, 3, and a 4. This is very much inspired by Solitary Journey, and I will link to that game on BGG's site, where you can kind of you take a key or a map and then you turn it into something else. Well, this is inspired by that. These lower cards are kind of like supplies, food rations, resource type things, and you can upgrade these. So a 2, 3, and a 4, it's all in increments of 3. So a 2 upgrades to a 5, and then later to an 8. A 3 upgrades to a 6 and a 9. A 4 upgrades to a 7 and a 10. So let me throw some of these out here. Okay. So these cards are what you can store in your satchel, and there's a limit of 3 cards. But as I am playing, if I'm playing the game here, I can move this 4 over as long as there's space in my satchel. If I want to move something else, like say this this 7 here, I can upgrade my, basically using my supplies to gain like a map or a fragment of an artifact or something that helps me further my journey. I'm still working out some of those, but I can upgrade this if it was a heart, and I would just discard this card to the back. Since it's not a heart, I do need to discard a heart or a diamond in this case. So one of these two suits I have to discard as well. In this case, and you can discard from the satchel or from your hand. So in this case, I do have this heart. I can just discard that, and it basically allows me to upgrade that 4 to a 7. And then later, you know, the 10 comes up, I can use the 10, and it's the same suit. I can just move that to the back. Okay, as face cards come up, and the jokers count as those as well. These are your ninjas, your spies, or your Nazis. So as soon as you draw one of these into your hand, you are blocked from drawing more cards. So I have a 3-card limit, but I'm done. You either have to resolve this, and for a jack, you need an 8. For a queen, you need a 9. And for kings, you need a 10. Okay, so in this case, I don't have an 8 in my satchel here, so I can't resolve it. And even if the 8 is in your hand, it doesn't work. You have to have the 8 in your hold. So let's say that I did have this scenario, and the 8 is in my hand. I can use that to remove this ninja from the deck. Well, we'll first say I don't have it. I have to discard either one from my satchel, or I have to discard from my hand up to its value, so it's an 8. If I had a 2 and a 3, I would need to discard both. You can discard up to your whole hand, or discard this one card, so these would both go to the back. If you don't have anything in your hand, you would discard the following card, just whatever it is, and that would be it. Okay, sorry, this is meandering a little bit. If I did have this in my hand, I can use this 8, but I have to discard either this 9 because it matches the suit I need, or this 10 because it matches the suit I need to transfer it to. So if I use that 10, I can then use that 8, and then this would actually be removed from the game. And then you store these in a separate pile or in hand. So a lot of times what I will do, if I'm playing in hand, I'll store these between the jacks. So in this case, store right here, and I just know that, you know, when I get to this part of my hand, this goes to the back, and all these cards in between are stored. So the difference with one of these ninjas on a motorcycle, if they come up, their suit is the last card you discarded. So I would look at the discard and determine it's a diamond. So I would need a diamond 8 to take that out, and yeah, if I don't have that, I've got to discard from my hand up to the value of an 8. So these would go to the back. Same thing for a queen or a king. You just need a 9 or a 10. Suits do need to match. Now let's talk about aces. Aces are traps that come up. If you get to a trap, you have the highest card in your hand. So in this case, highest card in your hand, which is a 9. It's all about taking a gamble. Do you go to disarm the trap and grab the bounty or the artifact, or not. If you choose not to, you can just discard it and the card after it. And you're not taking a chance if you're like, you know, I want the artifact. I want to go for it. You flip over this card. If it is equal or higher than your highest card, in this case a 9 or higher, you would gain the item. So in this case, I would gain the item. This goes beyond the 3-card limit in your hand or in your satchel, and it works as a wild suit. So anytime you need to match suit, you have a wild suit. So if I had drawn a different card, so I'm going to disarm this, and I got a 7. Now you take the difference between what it had to be and what it was, so a 2. You discard the object, but then you have to discard 2 of these cards. If it was, say, 6 cards, you'd have to discard these 3 and the following 3. So there's a little bit of a chance you're taking, but those are also, you know, very helpful, and they're worth a lot of points at the end of the game. There is a special rule with the Ace of Spades, but only in the final round is when you can obtain it as the Ark of the Covenant, Ace of the Covenant, if you will. So as you're playing, it will cycle through. It gets used like a normal ace. You can store it in your hand, all of those things. But on the final playthrough, if it's in your hand, you can obtain it, and its value is an 8. So it's treated like a ninja in that regard. So you would have to match the suit to the 8 that you're using to obtain it, and it would go in your score pile. And it is how you determine if you win the game or not. You have to have the Ace of the Covenant to win, and a certain number of other cards. So when it comes to whether it's court cards like these or other aces that you have stored, those all add up, and you can have, I believe it is 15 possible cards, including the Ace of Spades. And the easy level is 6 cards total, as long as you obtain 6 cards and the Ace of the Covenant. That's easy mode. Medium is 8 cards, and advanced mode is 10 cards. I think I've gone over things pretty well. So that is the overview. It went a little longer than I thought. But let's do a playthrough. I'll shuffle up the cards and get started. Okay, we are shuffled up. I've got these in this order, just so that I know it's first round, second round, third round, black being the last. So we've got jacks at the bottom. I will show this using an in-hand version at first, and then for ease, I'll use the full desk here. So, all right, we flip over the first card. Nothing we can do there. This one I will move into my satchel because it's a supply, because the 2s, 3s, and 4s. Okay, so we have to stop. We have an option of discarding one of our satchel cards or up to a 10. I have to discard both of those. I'm going to hang on to this for now. So, all right, so these go to the back in a face-up orientation. Okay. All right, we'll keep moving. Okay, we have a ninja that's on a motorcycle. Their suit is spades, so an 8 of spades. Doesn't matter, I don't have an 8 anyway. So I could choose to discard this, but I'll just discard, since it's an empty hand, you can just discard the following card. Okay. All right, next card is a 7. I can upgrade this without any, it's the same suit. So again, just to remember, it's by 3s, so 4, 7, 10. 2 5/8s, 3 6/9s, and you just get to know those. And the 8s can take out ninjas, which are the jokers, the jack of spades, and on the final round, it can take out or obtain the ace of spades. So 8s do those. 9s are for the 4 queens. 10s are for the 4 kings. So then we upgrade these. We discard the supply to gain the map or whatever. Okay, we've got an 8 and a 9. Okay, we can save the 3. Nothing more we can do here. Okay, so we have to discard 10. I could choose to discard one of these two, but I will discard these because I don't have 10 in one card. So, all right, 5. We're going to save these. Part of the advantage of getting these over into your satchel early is so that if a bad guy comes up, you don't lose them. So you want to secure your things. You can move things back into your hand. So let's say something came up here that I'm like, I want that in my satchel instead. As long as you have under your hand of 3, you can move a card back to reposition something else. So let's see what we get. All right, so we have another king. And I'm treating the jacks and the jokers as ninjas, the black kings and queens as spies, the red kings and queens as Nazis. So this is a spy, and we don't have 10, but we'll discard our entire hand. Okay, 2. So one thing you want to keep in mind is having a variety of increments. So the 2s, the 3s, the 4s series, and a variety of suits. So since I've already got a lot of clubs, I'm not going to trade this out. I'm just going to keep moving. I will move this 3 forward right away. So that gets discarded. All right, and okay, so we could, in fact I will. I'll go ahead and upgrade the 7 to the 10, and I have to match a heart or a club. And I have this extra club here. I will discard that club so that I can upgrade that 7 to a 10. All right, okay, we have a trap. When there's nothing in your hand, then this card, if it's 6 or higher, you disarm the trap and you gain the artifact. If I'm not feeling it, I can just discard these 2 and move forward. But it's an empty hand, so let's go for it. Let's hope this is a 6 or higher. And it is, even though it's, in fact, if it's another ace, all of those things are treated as a 10. Even though this has a value of 9, yeah, actually, I think I need to go with that. So this is a 9. Jokers are an 8. Another ace, I'm considering an 8 as well. So, all right, we pass. So we get to keep this in our hand as a wild. It could be any suit. And then we need a 9. We don't have one. So we're going to either discard the following card or one of these. You never know what that card is. I'll discard the following card. Okay, so it's okay. We don't need that too bad. Okay, we actually have the exact suit we need. So we discard the 10 to defeat this Nazi. So if we're playing the in-hand version, I just scroll back here, shuffle back here, and then usually the second jack between the second and third is where I store it. Okay. All right, so even though this looks like 3, this doesn't take up room. I still have one more space in my hand. Okay. Let's discard the following card. And it was a 4. We could have used that. That's all right. Okay, an 8. So it goes 2, 5, 8. That's the right suit. We just need a 5. Let's see what happens. Okay. Let's move forward a little bit more. Okay, and there's a 10. So we could do a couple things. We could use this ace to upgrade that. I think I'll discard this 10 to upgrade the 5. Okay. Now, I think we move forward a little bit further and see if I can, I can use this ace to upgrade that, but okay, there's another 10, and there's an ace. So if I want to loot this treasure, this next card has to be a 10 or higher. That seems risky to me. I'm going to just go around it. I'm not going to go for this treasure. So let's see what it was, but we're essentially going to discard these 2. It was another ace. So that would have been an 8. I would not have passed. So those go to the back. Still got one more card I can draw. Okay, and I do need an 8 to take out that queen. But it's an 8 of diamonds. And so if I upgrade this, well, I can do it. It just costs me a lot. So I'm going to use the ace so that I can upgrade the 5 to the 8. Now I can use the 8, but I have to discard this one. So this is the suit of the queen, and I discard this to take out this spy, and I can store her right there. Okay, so it was expensive, not sure it was worth it, but I did it. All right, we'll save that supply, okay, yeah. Right, so I'm kind of stuck here. I think I'll discard the 10. All right, there's a 5. So, having the 2, 5, 8, and then having the 3, 6, 9, and then the 4, 7, 10. Having each of those is a nice idea. Let's build up the 3, 6, 9. So if I use the 5, I can upgrade this 3 to a 6. And then hopefully I can get something to upgrade that one. 7, okay. So I can add the 4 supply, and then I can immediately upgrade this. Okay. All right, we've got a lot of stuff here. Not really going to help me out to upgrade that 6 there. I'll discard this 9. Okay, so we need a 9 to take out this queen. Can we do it though? Because we need a heart or a diamond to make this upgrade, which we don't have. So I have to discard the 9, unfortunately. Or, what I might do is discard this 2. I'll discard the 2 so that I can keep the 9 in my hand. Okay. All right, there's another supply. Okay. I have to draw a 9 or higher here. I am not feeling lucky right now. I'm going to pass it up. And it was a 4. That would have been brutal. would have had to discard 5 cards. So I just discard these 2, move forward. All right, let's see. You know what? I might use this 2 to upgrade the 6 to a 9. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. And you can see I'm coming up on the end of the round. So let's see where we go. All right, we got a ninja on a motorcycle. We don't have an 8 in our secured cards, so I have to discard this 8. All right, we have another 8. I'll discard the 6, my entire hand. Okay. All right, and one more. Okay, we've got a 9. So nothing that really helps me here. Let's discard the 9. 3, we'll snag that supply. Okay. So at this point, I would set these down, these cards, the jacks. I take the top card, put it in the back, and then I set these aside and shuffle these. So I'll pause here. Okay, I'll play the rest of this. So I shuffled the deck. So put this back on top. However, I'll ditch this card. And these 3 cards are, we'll use the desk. Got some glare. Let's go right there. Okay, and then I still like to use these in the back, but I like to keep track. It's kind of handy to see what cards you've taken out off to the side here. So I've got 2 cards scored. These will go in the back. All right, so round 2. Okay, I do think I've got a lot of hearts going on here. I'll use this 7 to upgrade this 3. Put these to the back. Would be handy to have this ace, so let's take a shot. 8 or higher, please. This next card, and it is. So we score this as a bonus. And the queen, we need to resolve. We need a 9. We have one. And we need an either a heart or a diamond to make the match work. Let's use this one. So we discard these 2, and we score that by taking out that Nazi. Okay. I do want to upgrade this, but I don't want to discard that yet. So let's see. Oh, okay. So here's a, decision points. I can discard one of these, but I don't have a 9, so I do have to discard something. I'll do this. I hate to lose what I've got building there. Okay, so nothing in my hand. I can discard one of these or the following. Let's do the following card. And it's a 9. That could have come in handy, but oh well. 5. Let's hang on to it. 7. A 2. Okay. So we're going to use this 2 to upgrade this 5 here. So both of these get discarded. Okay, I need a 10. I don't have a 10. I'm going to discard this 7 here. 6, 4, 10. Let's do that. We're definitely upgrading a 7 to a 10 when it's free like that. Okay. Okay, I want to keep... I've got more spades than I do the others, so I'll discard this 6. Okay, and we have the exact card we need, so that gets discarded. Okay, we've got 4 cards. That's good. So we have this track, this track. We don't have the, let's build this one back up. So the 4. And this is an easy treasure to go after. We just need a 3 or higher, so I'm going to go for it. It's a 6. We get to keep this in our hand. 9. Let's upgrade this using this 3. See, this is a lot less work on my hands to play it on the table here, as you would imagine. Okay, I don't have any clubs down here, so I want to keep a club. I don't have any hearts either, so let's discard the highest one. That way if an ace comes up, they're easier to get those, the loot. All right, we don't have a 10. I have to discard one of these or both of these. So do that. Okay, an 8. Let's see what we get here. We're definitely doing this. So we use this so that we can upgrade the 5 to this 8. Okay, let's see. Okay, not what we need to upgrade this. Let's get rid of the highest card. Okay, we don't need another 9. Okay, so here's a. This is a great upgrade if we can do it. But I don't know that I want to discard either of these. So let's hang on to these 2. We'll discard the 5 and we'll hope for something. Okay, well, we've got to take out this ninja on a motorcycle, and they are a club. So we don't have a club. Oh, I have these bonuses over here. I'll do those later. Okay, so let's use one of these. We'll call this a club. And we take that ninja out. All right, same idea. We can upgrade this to a 10. Although, let's see what else we get. We might have something else. Okay, so we'll keep that supply stored for a second. See what else we get. 3. Okay, that doesn't help us there. So here's what I think. I will use this. So we discard the ace and we discard the, oh, never mind. Sorry, I can use this to upgrade this 4. So let's do that. We upgrade this 4 to that 7 to that 10. All right, much better move. So now we get to hang on to that that artifact. Okay. All right, so now we need an 8. We don't have an 8 that's out here ready to go. I feel like I want to hang on to this 8 maybe, but you know, I've got a lot of diamonds. This 4 could build up. Decisions, right? Yeah, you know what? I'll take this 4, discard it that way, because I've got another 4 right here. So we'll use that. Okay. All right. Now here's an instance where we've got the 4, 7, 10 track, 4, 7, 10 track. We don't have the 8 track anywhere in here. So yeah, these two could help us, but we don't have a 2 to upgrade. So let's discard the 3 for now. Another 8. We don't have any clubs, so I'm going to keep that club in my hand. All right, this one would need an 8 or higher. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to pass it up. And I should have went for it. That was an 8. So Aces are worth 8 in this game. Okay, 4. We've got a lot of diamonds here. Okay, we need an 8. We don't have an 8. You know, this 4. Let's discard this with the 4. So I can get a 2, 5, 8 going in this spot. Okay, we're at the last round. So we take these, put that on top, set it aside, and I will pause to shuffle this up. Okay, we're all shuffled. Put this last card back on top, and we'll try to move fast here. This is a long video, sorry. Okay, a lot of diamonds. I'm going to discard the 6. All right, the 9 we don't really need. Okay, 8 or higher. Am I feeling lucky? I'm going to say yes. 8 or higher, please. And it worked. Very nice. Okay, so keep that. We need a 9. But we need a... Is it worth discarding this 10? No, we'll discard one of these. So we were able to defeat that Nazi. Okay, there's a 2 that we need. All right, there's a 3. Start that track again. It's going to be a while before I think we can get that 8 to work, so I'm going to use the 8 to upgrade that. Okay, the 4 and a 6. Let's discard the 6. That's a free upgrade from that 2 to that 5. Very nice. Let's get rid of the highest card. 7, we don't really need that. 7, yeah, we've got plenty of spades here. Don't need the 6. We'll pass on that one. Okay, we need an 8. We don't have an 8 that's ready, so let's lose these 2. Okay, we need a 9. We don't have a 9 that's ready, so we'll lose this 1. 3 and 8. Okay, so we could definitely upgrade that. Let's see what we can get there. Okay, but first we have a trap. I'm going to pass up on this one. And it's good we did. That would be 6 cards we would have to discard. I just felt a little lucky there. Unlucky, I guess. All right, so this one, oh, we've got it. So exactly what we needed. Okay. So yes, let's use this 7 to upgrade the 5 to that 8. Oh, and actually, we're on our last cycle, right? We are. Let me get these guys weren't put in my deck here. Okay, we're on our last cycle through. And I was just thinking, where's the ace of spades? That's the ace of the covenant. Well, we actually have the ace of spades in our hand, and we need that to win. And you need an ace of spades, or sorry, an 8 of spades. I'm going to just do that right now. So we're getting it out of our hand to obtain it. So that's great. That is very good. We have effectively won as long as we get enough cards. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in medium mode, we are still winning. Advanced mode is 10, which is what I'm playing. So we'll see if I can get 2 more cards. I think we can. We've got a lot of deck left here. So, okay, I need a 10. I don't have it. Oh, sorry. What am I doing? How did this get in my hand? Yeah, I am not sure. I'm gonna do a quick reshuffle on these cards because I peeked at that. Yeah, that was an oops. Okay, so let's flip over the top card. And not something I can work with. 9. Let's flip one more and see what we have. Okay. Yeah, let's use this 7 to upgrade that. Let's throw that down. Okay. And a 10. We're a little ways out from a 10, but it is a spade, which could come in handy if we need a, say, a 9 of spades. We don't have the queen of spades here, so let's hang on to the spade. Let's get rid of this 9. 4, 2. Okay, so the 2 and the 5 would be an instant upgrade here. The 3, 6, 9 track is already here, so let's actually take this one out. We can't add it back to our hand because there's not room. So we'll take this out, add that down, that down. Okay, we need a 10 or higher. I'm gonna pass. I don't think we'll meet that. It was an 8 we would not have. King, we need a 10. We don't have a 10 down here. We'll discard this though. Okay. All right, there's our upgrade for the 5. Okay, we need an 8 of diamonds, actually. Okay, perfect. So we knock out that ninja on a horse or a motorcycle or whatever. We're looking pretty good. We're down to 2 cards left. Let's do that. 10, and last card is a 10. So there's nothing more we can do here, and there's, you know, what did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we did not beat it. You need 10 on the advanced mode. And you always have to get the Ace of the Covenant. So that is the game. I would love input. If you've watched this whole thing, you get bonus points because this is long, sorry. I like the Indiana Jones theme. I'm not sold on it. I could be persuaded for something else. But let me know what you think, and we'll talk next time. Thanks.